We are one day closer to Cup cars hitting the track in Watkins Glen. We'll tell you everything you need to know. Plus, I'm going to catch up with a NASCAR fan who is very hard to bring down. I'll tell you what I mean coming up on NASCAR Daily.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.
You guys, we made it to Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Friday the 13th, so I hope that nobody is superstitious. I actually think Friday the 13th is a good day, but I'm a Miami Dolphin Dan Marino fan, so I love the number 13. We've got a big weekend this weekend. Race number 2 in the Cup Series 2024 playoffs. Guys trying to lock themselves into the round of 12. We'll see if they can get it done. I hope you all enjoyed Inside the Playoffs last night. It was so much fun. Kyle Busch has been great on that show, getting you all ready for Watkins Glen, breaking down what we saw at Atlanta. If you haven't had a chance to catch it, make sure you do it. Set that DVR or whatever, however we tape things nowadays. Okay, so we are going to see cars on the racetrack today out at Watkins Glen. That'll be the ARCA Series. They'll practice and qualify, and then they have the race at 5 o'clock. Jamie Little, Phil Parsons, Trevor Bayne on the call for that one. Tomorrow, Bobby P, by the way, thank you for your schedule. Appreciate it. Tomorrow we have Xfinity Series and Cup Series practice and qualifying. Remember that the Cup guys have a 20 extra minutes. We've talked about the changes all week, right? New tires, some changes to the racetrack at turn 1 and the bus stop. So just give those guys a little extra time to really get acclimated to what they're going to see for 90 laps on Sunday. The Xfinity Series race will take place tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And then on Sunday, 2:30 pre-race. 3 o'clock is the Cup Series race, race number 2 of the playoffs. Who won last year? Well, I'm glad that you asked because we have that information. Sam Mayer getting it done in the Xfinity Series last season at Watkins Glen. Remember, those guys have not started their playoffs just yet, so guys still trying to lock themselves in. And for the Cup Series 1 year ago, it's all about Hendrick Motorsports, right? 5 straight for Hendrick Motorsports. William Byron getting it done at Watkins Glen last year. And remember, yesterday, Erica Davis was on the show. We did the head-to-head with Larson and Willie B, and we put $100 on William Byron. So we'll see if he can maybe win us a little bit of money. Make sure you check out Erica every Thursday. She'll get you ready for all of those betting needs that you have moving into every single weekend. Okay, I mentioned at the top of the show that we've got someone that's really hard to bring down. We're going to get to him in just a second, but let me show you this cool video or this cool picture that was posted from Trackhouse Racing. Take a look at this. If you look all the way at the top right there, it's Daniel Suarez on top of Lady Liberty, and Trackhouse Racing tweeting, "Hey Daniel," I think it says, "Hey Daniel, how did you get up there?" That's so cool. Daniel's had such an incredible season, such an incredible year. Remember, he became a U.S. citizen this year, got married. So this is kind of fitting. But if he is at the top of the Statue of Liberty, he's going to have to run pretty quickly to get to the Watkins Glen area. And speaking of running quickly, take a look at this. So, I had to have like the big reveal, take off the jacket to show the shirt that I was rocking underneath it for today's show, because we have a very special guest. New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara joining us, but he is also the growth and engagement officer for NASCAR. And I know I've been able to cover you so many times on the football field. We've talked about your relationship with NASCAR, but for folks who don't know how much of a fan you are, when did you start watching racing, and what sort of attracted you to it, Alvin?
Man, so I started watching it around the pandemic, kind of just watching at home because obviously it was nothing to do. So was at home watching, and kind of got a little itch for it because I realized how intricate it was. There was a lot more going on than what I previously believed. A lot of strategy, a lot of just different things going on that you don't realize unless you watch, right? So, I'm watching and I kind of just hit NASCAR, just buzz NASCAR on Twitter, and I'm like, man, it's super cool. Would love to come to a race, and one thing leads to another, and then conveniently the race the following weekend was in my at Homestead. So I'm in Miami. It works out. It lines up. I get to go to the race, just up in the suite, and it was cool. Like just being able to go to the race, even though the grandstands weren't full. There was only about 25 people. There were some Army vets.
Say that. There's a lot of people watching on TV.
Yeah, it was a COVID restriction, so that's the only reason there wasn't a lot of
Oh,
people.
that's
But
right.
yeah, so I'm just up in the suite, and then guy walks in. I'm talking to him for a while, and I've told this story a couple times, and it ends up being Steve Phelps. So I mean, one thing leads to another after that, and I'm now growth and engagement advisor for NASCAR. So
And it's not just the title, because I mean, look at what I'm wearing right here. I worked a
yeah,
Saints game last year, and every single one of your teammates had this shirt on pregame. You roll up in a car that's completely covered with all NASCAR swag. You have your own
yeah,
swag. And even this past weekend, 83 yards on the field and a touchdown, but then it was what you did after that was really cool to racing fans. Tell us about it.
yeah. So had a watch party. Obviously, was super cool, super fun. I mean, New Orleans, surprisingly, to a lot of people, is a big race city. Like, these people love racing down here, so to have the opportunity to kind of just go and have a watch party for the race after the game, after a big win, it was fun. A lot of people turned out. A lot of people kind of got a chance to purchase some merch and just hang out for a little bit. So it went well.
And you and I have talked about the merch before, right? Like, you talked about like M&Ms and all the jackets that you used to see back in the day, like how
Yeah.
cool the merchandise was. That's why you were really attracted to it.
Yeah, I mean, we being from Atlanta, the race jackets were a huge thing. Like, anything NASCAR, I remember the Rainbow Warrior and all those jackets just being around when I was younger, coming up. So having a chance to design my own and then launch it and just be a part of that is crazy. It's amazing. So super blessed for that, and it's been fun. It's been a wild ride.
All right, I got to put you on the spot, right? Who do you think is
Mm-hmm.
going to win the championship? Or at least maybe like the guys that could get to the Final Four.
Ah, I always like Joey. I always like
Yeah.
Joey. He always got some fire with him. And then I mean, it's you don't know. Even Sunday, the race was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It went to overtime, and there was so many people in the mix. But you never know. I like Joey. I never want to be. I never want to predict. I never want to be able to be recorded and make a prediction, and then you go back to it, and it's like, oh, Alvin said, but I don't know.
All right. Well, maybe Joey, I'll make a prediction. How about this? I think you'll like this one. The New Orleans Saints make it to the Super Bowl this year. You like
There
that
you go.
prediction
That's
on
it.
my part?
There you go. There you go.
All right.
I'll stamp that. I like that.
All right, Alvin, you're one of my favorite to watch on the field. I'm so glad. I can't wait to see you at a racetrack, and of course more swag. I'm all about
Yeah,
this stuff. So thanks for joining us today.
of course. Thank you for having me.
Joey, not such a bad pick, right? It's an even-numbered year. We've already discussed that he makes a championship 4 every single even-numbered year. He's a past winner at Watkins Glen and also a past winner at Bristol. Good luck to Alvin Kamara and the New Orleans Saints as they take on the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. I love covering Alvin Kamara. I've had the opportunity to stand on the sidelines covering the New Orleans Saints and watch him operate, watch him play. He is incredible to watch. So much fun, so much swag on that field. It's awesome. And he truly is a NASCAR fan. This shirt right here, all of the New Orleans Saints were wearing this t-shirt right here during warmups, during the game that I covered last year against the Carolina Panthers. And it was really, really cool to see everybody kind of decked out in this. Cole Custer was there as well. So it was a fun day. Remember, Cup cars hitting the track tomorrow, Xfinity cars. We have ARCA today out there at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a busy weekend. And truly, I want to say thank you to every single one of you who have tuned in this week to NASCAR Daily. We worked so hard to get this show ready for you. This was our first official week, and we made it to Friday. And it's all because of you guys and because of you guys watching. So we've had so much fun doing it for you guys. We'll be back next week on Monday, and we'll do it again. So everyone have a very safe weekend. Enjoy racing, enjoy football, enjoy family and friends, and we'll see you on Monday.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.